Well, talking about books, you know, we love them. I'm an avid reader. You are. I've talked about my book club quite a bit. It's a good way to enjoy great books and learn about new ones.
Oh, yeah, and have those great conversations. Well, what's best is when those books we pick up hit home, make us laugh, make us take a look at our lives.
So let's introduce Wade Rouse, a West Michigan author being compared to well-known humorists like David Sedaris and Irma Bombeck.
And he's here to talk about his new book. Okay, Wade, the title really says it all. Tell us about this newest book of yours.
My new book, it's my fourth, it's called It's All Relative. 2 families, 3 dogs, 34 holidays, and 50 boxes of wine, which is most importantly. And it's a look at an all-American family, my own, through the lens of its holiday celebrations. So I cover 34 holidays from the traditional Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, to the not-so-traditional, like Arbor Day and Barbie's birthday. Some things that are very near and dear to my heart, as well as my family's. And it really looks at kind of how a family ages and loves and loses and fights and comes together through its holiday celebrations.
Well, that sounds familiar to just about everybody listening.
Yeah, I think
or
everyone
watching
can
right
relate
now.
to this.
Yeah, this is wonderful. You've had a lot of success with your books. Tell us a little bit about that. We don't want you to be shy here, but
and I'm the least shy person. Yeah, my last book, at least in the city, someone would hear me scream, was a Today Show pick as a summer must-read the year before last. Thanks. And some great comparisons to David Sedaris and Irma Bombeck. The book was a must-read by USA Today and NPR. So some great accolades. But I'm working hard and sitting alone just outside of Saugatuck writing in my little studio, so it's going really well.
Well, tell us about that, because I love the fact that you're local here. Tell us about, describe a day in the life.
A day in the life is me not looking like this at all and waking up in mismatched pajamas and a robe and going upstairs and writing for about 6 or 7 hours every day. I get up at 6 a.m. And I write what inspires me. Usually I have 2 or 3 books ongoing at the same time. And so I sit for the majority of the day before getting to the business of the day. A working author today has to promote and blog and market and Twitter and do everything possible. So that's a big part of it.
You hear people say, write what you know. And you said a lot of this is based on family experiences.
Yeah.
Is that true? I mean, do you glean a lot of the material for your book through your own experiences? You've obviously had great success with the writing that you've done so far.
It's the oldest advice, pardon the pun, in the book, but it's also the best because most times writers will try and recreate a Twilight or a Harry Potter, and it comes off as completely false. They're not writing what inspires them. And I do a lot of writing seminars. I have a website, my own website, and then wadeswriters.com. But I encourage people to sit down and write what inspires them and to really overcome that fear, because we're all kind of saddled with fear, and writers especially so. So when you sit down and you're worried about what you're going to say or write, it comes off completely false. So just follow your heart. I know it's old advice, but it's the best advice.
Well, how do you describe your personal journey to become a writer? Did you always write? Did you have a diary, a journal when you were a young man or a little boy?
Great question. Yeah, and I still feel like a little boy. My mom, actually, I completely screwed up a version of Delta Dawn. I went to a rural school and I sang it for a middle school talent contest.
Nice.
And almost got booed off stage. And my mom, when it was done, presented me with a writing journal and an Irma Bombeck book at Wits End. And Irma Bombeck became my inspiration to write humor, and kind of, because she was my universal role model. And so I started writing. And in fact, one of the first stories I started writing, is in this book, and it's about Easter. And my dad is this logical, left-brained chemical engineer, and he used to bury my family's Easter eggs. As a Depression-era guy, he thought it was too easy to wake up with an Easter basket at the end.
Look at it a little
So
bit.
he gave us a map, and we went out. So those are the types of stories that are in there.
That's wonderful. Okay, so if people would like to get a hold of your book, or your newest book, or the other books that you've written, how should they do that?
It's everywhere. I always say online, or go into your favorite bookstore and you can find it. It's nationwide. And I'll be doing an event Wednesday night no snow. Come
Sorry about that. I'll see what I can do.
Grand Rapids Public Library at 7 o'clock, and then I'll be at Grand Haven on the 3rd.
Well, wonderful. Congratulations on all of your success, Wade. And,
Thanks for having me.
much more continued
These are my
success to
girls.
you.
Oh, well, we just love that you're so successful and you've come here to 8 West to share this part of your journey with us.
Thank you.
So
Thanks for having me.
congratulations.
Yep. We'll be right back.
Your all-access pass to everything West Michigan.